What up, what up, what up is yours truly coming to you live with another episode of Alphacology. I appreciate everybody, like I always say, appreciate all my supporters out there, and I appreciate you guys tuning in and listening. Always, anytime, give me feedback. I have questions and answer part on Spotify, what you think about the episode, what you want to talk about. And as I've been going, I like to follow sometimes a celebrity storylines just to give you guys that reminder that, be the most alpha version of yourself. That's always going to be the underlying tone. Be the most alpha version of yourself, the best version of yourself, whatever you want to call it. I say be the most alpha male version of yourself for my young men out there, right? Always be true to who you are, treat yourself fairly, and treat others fairly. Give yourself a chance to be successful and be great at life. Give yourself a shot at happiness. Also, stay away and stop listening to men that can't relate to you guys. I've been out here, I've been single, I've been married, I've been divorced, I've been a player, I've been all type of thing, right? I done worked over 15 something odd jobs. All right. I have a lot of experience. And even me, what works for me might not work for you. And what works for you might not work for me. But at the end of the day, is it contributing to the process of your progress? And it's a lot of cap out there. And I always say, anytime a man goes too hard and speaks too tough against a certain demographic or so, they have a lot of insecurities going on. And they have a lot of the projection they're really dealing with. You're really projecting. And just like Derek Jackson, right? Remember how he used to go in on men just to find out he was married, he was cheating on his wife, and unfaithful and all that craziness. So, one thing about it was done in the dark, and if you put yourself in the light to show others the light, whatever you do in the dark is going to come to light. Shoot, I'm a good example of that. I done been through that. I don't present myself as the perfect alpha male or the perfect man. I tell y'all to be the most alpha versions of yourself. That's the most alpha version of yourself. Your version of alpha might be a beta male version of me, of what I consider beta, right? You doing certain stuff, I might, for your old lady, I might consider simping. But what I do respect is a man that is constantly growing and getting there. All right. I don't have no respect for men who say certain things. And we're going to chime in right now on it. Again, we're going to chime in. This guy's name is Tony Gaskins, and I strictly remember Tony Gaskins. I was in a relationship, and this young lady used to use his memes or quotes to gaslight me. And it was very funny. So I kind of naturally grew to, like, he don't know what he's talking about. Or you got to love your woman to the best of your ability. Bro, some of these women are very hard to love. And I remember it was said something like that. And I said, do you know some women out there are very hard to love? And she got so pissed. And it's true. What might be easy for him might not be easy for the next man. But let's go ahead and check it out.
With you, that's why I'm in the relationship space. Because for me personally, I don't respect a man until he's married.
Right, I had to stop right there. I can't believe he said that. You don't respect the man until he's married. That's what you get on the internet and say. So respect just don't come from a bunch of other stuff, right? You gotta respect men. Because if you don't respect a man, every man on this planet has the ability to probably kill you at some point. You have to respect them or respect them and what they got going on. I don't like what he said by that. You could have just said, I don't deal with men that's not married. If you're not married or whatever, I ain't dealing with you. Or I don't want to do business with you. That's fine. Go and Danny. But he's already starting off pandering. And I'm pretty sure it's a woman that sent this to her boyfriend. Or so. He make a lot of enemies. This guy makes a lot of enemies. He likes to group up with women. I can tell you that right now. It's a lot of feminine energy coming from him right now.
Like, a man does not earn my respect until he's married. Damn. And faithful. Damn. Like, he could bench press 500. He could make $1 million a week.
He doesn't bench press 500 or make $1 million a week. That's what he just basically said. Those two things, believe it or not, is what he respects. A man that's stronger than him and make more money than him. So basically, he subconsciously, because if you don't know about the subconscious, it's in your head when you come out and say certain things. It's kind of like when you see a man with a bunch of muscles and you say, oh, he probably can't fight, but he'll probably still beat your ass. That, you know what I'm saying? But it's just showing you insecurity, because I don't have those big muscles. I find that kind of intimidating. Oh, he can't do this, or he's just saying, I don't respect him. Because we know for a fact, if you make $1 million a week, you are the man. You are the freaking man, right? You the man. You making $1 million a week. You some kind of athlete, entertainer. You the man. People like you. You got to be well liked to make $1 million. And you have to be well liked to make $1 million, and in some cases very intelligent. So we're not gonna pass that. 500 pounds a week. Do you know how much time, effort, and dedication it takes to bench press 500 pounds and have muscles? Women like muscles. That's gonna attract women. We know that. We want to be around strong men. Talking about you don't respect no man. If things go down, the first men you going to be looking for, if a war hits, the first man you going to look for is two types of men. Men who got a bunch of money and men who got a bunch of muscles and they are strong. Those who win, those who take over countries, those who win wars. The strength and the money. Man, this man is tripping. He's tripping. Golly, boy, he's tripping. Boy, I pray that he never, ever, ever, his wife never, ever leave him, because that boy might have to jump. He might jump off the ledge for real. This is, but I know it's a lot of pandering going on. That's what it is. He's trying to appeal to a certain audience.
He can have a jet. He can have houses around the world. A man does not have my respect. He will have my kindness. He will have, my love as a brother,
Bill Gates, the richest man in the world. If Bill Gates was sitting across from that man right now, he would not have that same conversation. This is preposterous. He tripping. But I like how the podcast community they're doing these crazy, super crazy takes. That's why I kind of took a step back, because I want to separate myself a little bit. I'm not going to give you no wild takes. And if I do come with a wild take, it's probably some good old facts that backs it, and you can't beat my argument. But this is a wild take. He is not a leader of men. I could tell you that right now. He is not a leader. This is not leader talk. This is not alpha male talk. This is beta male talk. This is it ain't even beta male talk. I gotta apologize to the beta males out there. This is a simp right here. This pure simping. This is pure simp talk right here. Golly.
Man, but he won't have my respect and admiration until he can be married and faithful. So is that the highest level of a man?
First of all, Respect and admiration. I don't care if you admire me. If you ain't putting no money in my pocket, I don't care how much you respect me or not. If you run up, you get done up. You know, you stay over there, I stay over here. We stay in our lanes. That's crazy he would say that. He making a lot of enemies. That's not, if you want to encourage men, and I have to say this about a lot of people. If you want to encourage men to get married and be faithful to women, you don't start by saying, y'all don't have my respect. That's not how you do it. That's not how you do it. You get what I'm saying? Y'all don't have my respect. Because the first thing we going to look and say, what we need to do to get our respect. Marry a woman? Maybe I don't want to do that right now. Maybe I'm focused on my purpose.
Man, it's the highest level of a man.
And faithful in particular.
The highest level of a man will always be a man on his purpose. Let me say this again. The highest level of a man is a man that will always be on his purpose. That will always a man that's always carrying out God's plan. The plan of the Most High for my life, that is what I respect. Not a man who just come on here and talk about relationships and how much he love his wife and worship his wife. He's a woman worshiper. These are woman worshiper words. I am following God. You follow the Most High. And for you guys who ain't that deep in the spiritual realm, cool, surface level, you follow your purpose. I promise you, if you chase your purpose, whatever that is, you will have your wife that respects you if that's what you want, and you will get everything you need. You will have everything you need. You focus on the Most High, you have everything you need. I'm being honest. You are faithful to a wife, to a woman. No, be faithful to God first. If a man can't be faithful to God, to the Most High, how will he ever be faithful to a woman? How? It's impossible. You got to be faithful to the Most High first. This ain't God talk. This woman worship. This goddess talk. This woman worship talk. And I'm truly sick of them. I am. I need to go in. I really need to look into this guy. Mark my words. In a couple of years, he gonna have a scandal, and it's probably gonna be about some women, maybe some men. Who knows? But it's gonna be some tea on this boy right here, cause he going too hard in a place he ain't have to go.
And faithful, because anybody could be married. That's a piece of paper. See, real marriage is a covenant, because when we had marriage with God, we didn't have a courthouse. We didn't have a piece of paper. We have a covenant.
Yes, that's a covenant with God. All right. And if y'all read y'all Bible and y'all actually do the cross references and everything, you ain't hear this from me. All right. God is the creator of all things, right? Most High is creator of all things. You make a covenant with God. This is my wife. This is who I'm going to leave my bloodline through. But even in his book, he say if you take more than one wife, that means you can have more than one of them. Make sure you treat them fairly. Basically, that's what he said. That's what he said. Y'all look it up. Also, the whole thing about adultery and fornication, that's all based under moderation of all things. And adultery was really just for a married woman sleeping around with other men. She is not allowed to do that. Because even in the Bible, Ben had concubines. That means they had a wife and a girlfriend. I'm not going too deep into it. Yes. And he's even subconsciously admitting again that men aren't naturally monogamous. That's the whole point I'm getting at. Men are naturally monogamous. This is a spiritual learn. This is pretty much a ongoing, lifelong learned behavior. Hell, women ain't naturally monogamous, but men pretty much very vehemently are not. Because if it was natural for me to be faithful to a woman and only sleep with one woman my whole life, it would be no business. It wouldn't be no divorce business. Families would be way bigger and stronger. It wouldn't be a bunch of bull we go through now. I'm gonna say bull jive. I've been watching my cousin. That's what we gotta understand. So yes, certain things are going to be hard to do because you're naturally not like that. Just like if I were to bench, some guys, it's easier to bench 500 pounds than other guys. You want to know why? Because they're naturally strong. It's easier for them. It would be easier for a guy that's 6'8" to dunk a basketball than a guy who is 5'8". Because guess what? He's naturally taller. He's naturally closer to the rim. This is not rocket science, guys. He's asking y'all to do something unnatural. Dig deep in your soul, your spirit, your being for woman worship. You don't do that. You commit, you stay faithful, you stay monogamous. That's a covenant you make with God. Even in the vows that we usually get, it never said, it says for better or for worse. That means better or for worse. That worse is when you decide to go out there and get a girlfriend and try to keep a wife. That's for worse, because that stuff don't fly in this society. I understand we might want to do the poly thing, or you want to be a player. It is fun for a couple months. And then you get tired of it. Trust me, I'm going to do a podcast called Chronicles of a Player, because I was a player. I done been caught. I haven't been caught up. I done almost got caught up. I done did the whole nine. I done had chicks make fake pages just to find out where I was at. Leave stuff. I'm talking about women come to the crib and leave their stuff over here and come back later to try to pop up on. I done had all of that. So yeah, that get old too. Because that's called moderation of all things. If you do something too much, it's gonna hurt you. I literally am a very strong guy. I like doing chest. Do you know my shoulders started to hurt and I'm dang near developed arthritis because I was doing too much push-ups. I was doing too much chest. I was doing too much punching movements and playing volleyball. And I'm right-handed, so my right shoulder started hurting. And they was like, you're using it too much. Again, it's in the Bible. It's in the good book, moderation of all things, right? And it's okay to sit there and just deal with one woman. No matter what. Women never changed. They was always like this. So when these men had all these wives, it's still a headache. Even if all the rules were created to keep your wives in check, it's still a headache. In some countries, you go to jail. If your wife commit a crime, you go to jail for her. Not her, you. Yeah, in some cultures it's like that. You get punished for your wife acting up. Shoot, it'd be a lot of dudes in jail right now if they had to go to jail. If they had those kind of if we had that kind of culture. But anyways, let's go and continue what he was saying.
So the piece of paper does not mean anything. And I remember my dad telling me that. He was like, listen, if you think that piece of paper going to change something, it's not. And we have to have a covenant. And this is what you'll notice when you look around. And this is why I was telling y'all with a lot of podcasts that won't bring me on. They won't bring me on because they know from my message what I stand on. And they don't want their wives or their girlfriends to see that this is a level of living.
All right, that's another one. See? I knew it. They don't want their wives and their girlfriends to see me, because then they'll be upset. You know, he basically said, don't be He said, don't bring your girl around me, true player for real. They gonna like me because I'm gonna pander my ass off and tell you wrong. And they gonna be on my side. And now your wife like me. I mean, women gonna naturally like a man who say, hey, be faithful. Don't cheat. Duh. Men, we naturally like a woman who come on here and say, hey, women, hold yourself accountable. Don't cheat. Don't stress that man out. We gonna be like, yeah. So it's the same thing, man. Nobody is scared to bring you on. You just make no sense. You just make no sense. You haven't lived these men's lives. You don't relate to men that much. You probably been with the same girl for a long time. We never heard from her. I never seen her on the podcast. I never seen her get mad at you. Good. But one thing we need to understand is, if we shine that light back on you, what will we find? Since you the light. I'm the light. Y'all need to follow me. Look, fellas, my parents been married for dang near 40 years. I ain't never heard my daddy say nothing like that. And he's been happily married for 40 years. When I see them, they be laughing and cracking jokes with each other 40 years. It ain't like they arguing, fighting. They had their arguments. If you with somebody for 40 years, y'all gonna have some arguments and some fights and stuff like that. Of course, right? But overall, this man ain't got enough skin in the game to say anything like that or tell us what he respect and what he don't respect. But we gonna let him get his money, because I'm pretty sure, just like the Alphacology show, it's women who love what he's saying. And it's women who love what I'm saying. The only thing is, I stand by mine. And I live mine. And I enjoy my life. I ain't got to lie and hide. I ain't got to worry about if I'm going to be faithful or not. And if I did decide to be faithful to a woman, that's between me and God. It has nothing to do with that woman. It has everything to do with me. Because guess what? A woman can't stop you from cheating. I know who can, though. You can. And you know who else can? The Most High.
That's capable, and I'm settling when Cherie Gaskins has this mindset, and you around here talking to me like crap, and you around here talking about I got to give you a hall pass, and every man cheats and all of this.
The every man cheats thing, I want to say, women started that. Women felt like every man cheats. It's not every man cheats. It's just every man that she likes is a cheater. That's it. I know plenty of men out there that don't cheat. Then I know plenty of men out there who can't cheat because they just don't attract women like that. And guess what? Women don't like those type of men. Women they want faithful playboys. They want faithful millionaires. And men, guess what we want? We want virgin hoes. I know, it sucks. We want the best of both worlds. You want a freak in the sheets and a lady in the streets. Right? Or you want a freak in the sheets, but she was a virgin. She only got your body on her body count. It don't make sense. It's not going to add up. Just like if you was a billionaire guy and women are throwing themselves at you. Bro. And this woman going to look you in the face like, I'm so glad my husband faithful. No, they don't say that. They just be like, I pray it just don't get back to me. I'm tell you, women say that like this man can have who he want. I don't want it to get back to me. We doing good. And some women really double down on that, but I always felt like when a woman marries a baller, entertainer, ball player, billionaire playboy, you know he gonna have some kind of harem rotation, a chick in the cut, chick off in the cut, and then they spend their whole time trying to catch them because I guess they have a clause in the prenup or they want to get half. They really ain't want to be. Anytime a woman spends time trying to catch you cheating, she really ain't want to be with you. Or she cheating herself. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I'm just gonna be honest. I never, even when I caught a woman cheating, She wanted me to catch her cheating. She wanted me to catch her. That's how that shit go. If I don't want to be with a woman, I don't want to break up with her, I probably would go cheat. I probably would start being unfaithful, and it'd be glaringly obvious. I remember living with a chick and coming home at 5 a.m. on purpose. Would literally sleep in my car, and then, oh, where you been? I was just with my friend. What kind of friend? Don't ask me no questions, cause I know she gonna think I'm cheating at then, so it was, I like to do the whole self-sabotage relationship, push them away, because I really don't want to be with them because they showed me something that I had to get out. And some women you just can't break up with without a shitload of drama. So I don't want you guys to go that route. Just nip it in the bud early, see the red flags, embrace them, and move on peacefully and quietly. Sometimes, right, when we do Chronicles of a Player, sometimes women are so delusional, can be so delusional, not all of them, that they will build a relationship in their head. So when you do try to ghost them, cut them off, it's still going to be a bunch of drama. So you got to watch those red flags too. I usually know at this age, I know what kind of chicks they are. I know them when I see them. Anyways, let's keep going.
So they don't want to expose the woman who's in the darkness to men who speak in the light, who's showing the light. And so because of that, you'll notice most black men and men in general choose business and motivation over relationships.
Duh. That sounds like purpose. Didn't I say the most important thing a man could do in his life is pursue his purpose? And part of that is going to be business, because you need money to eat. You need to run some kind of business. You need some sort of income. Let's not be stupid. We cannot live off the love of a woman alone. Trust me. And if we try to do that, these women will run away as far as they can, right? Business and motivation. Yes, you need to run your business. You need to be motivated for your purpose. You need another purpose besides being a wife to some woman and being, I said it right because he sounded like a wife. He talking like I would want my wife to talk. Right? You know what I'm saying? Being a husband, and that's the best thing I could be. I remember doing a consultation with a guy who felt like he was suicidal. He was like, I said, what you good at, man? You know what this dude said? He said, I don't know. It's just like, I was just so good at doing this for her. I said, you was good at being her girlfriend. That was it. That was your whole existence and reason for life at that point. Just being good at being her boyfriend. I said girlfriend again. But being good at being, that's why that girl don't want you. That's why that girl left. You wasn't an alpha male. You was being a simp. You did not give her purpose. She is always going to fleet. Happiness is fleeting for a woman. They're always going to be chasing it. They think a man who worships the ground they walk on is going to make them happy. Once they get it, they're disgusted by it. So they get with a man kind of like me who ain't going to worship the ground you walk on. I got stuff for you to do. If you don't want to do it, you can hit the road. It's my way or the highway. Now, guess what? They infatuated with me. Now they're committed to my process of my progress, so I can say, good job, babe. I appreciate that. And guess what I do? Whatever goal and purpose they have in their life, I bless them with that too. I bless them with hope and help and support as well. You got to reciprocate. Because if you just drain a woman, once she ain't got nothing left, she gone anyway. So yeah, I done been through life where some of the women I treated the worst done gave me they all. And the women I treated the best. Some of the women I treated the best gave me their ass to kiss. It's just like that. It's like that. That's why you got to find balance in everything. Bible says moderation of all things. The only thing you can overdose on is the Most High. You can OD on that. But he's still gonna tell you to go get up and go get this money and set a foundation for your family and others. You get what I'm saying? So, business and motivation over relationships. Yes, business and motivation over relationships. And guess what? He's saying men generally choose that. We really don't. We actually choose relationships first. And then once our heart get broken, then now we realize we spent a lot of time chasing this coochie, right? Chasing behind this woman when I should have been focused on my business. You know how many times I done broke up in a relationship and I realized, damn, I could have been doing this the whole time. I could have been at the gym. I could have been working on my podcast, all of that. But I was over here laid up with her or arguing with her, or my mind wasn't right because I ain't feel right because I was dealing with this one or that one. I'm telling you, you never lose women chasing money, but you will lose money chasing women. Proverbs 31:3. My son, never give your strength to women, which destroys kings. What is your strength? Your attention, your time, your energy. It will destroy your kingdom because that's all you doing is giving it to her. She ain't gonna give you nothing back. If you don't have a plan, she can't give you nothing back. If you make your life all about her, she can't give you nothing back, bro. Cause you made it all about her. She just gonna women can do that too. She just gonna suck all your efforts up, and once you're empty, she gone. She gone. I'm telling you. She's gone. Cause guess what? A good woman ain't gonna be with no man. Ain't gonna be with a man who make his whole existence based upon her. It's just not gonna happen. They're naturally not like that.
Because it's easier to talk about making money than it is to talk about being faithful to one woman and loving one woman purely. Because what I have come to realize,
making money is way more fun. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. He's right about that. Making money is hard. First of all, making money ain't easy. It's easier. No, it ain't easier to be faithful or make more money because you got to be faithful to whatever you're doing to make that money. Let's get that first and foremost. Making money feels way better than being faithful to a woman. It does. It feels way better because guess what? If you make enough money and you slip up and do your infidelity and do your cheating, guess what can make it better? That money. And you know, you hear women always say, they say, I'd rather cry in a Range Rover than cry in a Honda. I'd rather cry. She said, a woman told me, I'd rather cry in a Corvette than cry in a Camry. It's gonna hurt even more. Your man cheating and you in the Camry. Yo, you cheating on your girl. You in the Camry. She in the Camry crying instead of Corvette. It's gonna hurt even more. Don't let them fool you. The more dominant you are on this earth, the more provider you are, the little bit more you can get away with. That's where the penis envy really comes in. It don't come in because you're an average Joe. And I don't mind being an average Joe. Because even to this day, I wouldn't want all them women. I'm kind of glad, like, dang, I had an opportunity to go to NFL and make millions of dollars. I wouldn't be able to handle that. I'd probably had 18 baby mamas, knowing me. I wouldn't have I'd have been in and out of court, fighting child support battles left and right. Out there lifting weights, playing football, partying, and now you gave me some money. I'm gonna keep doing that. I was doing that when I was broke. Now I got money. I get it. So it's nothing wrong with what I'm telling y'all. It's something wrong with him because he feels like he can sit up here looking at camera, not in a group of real men, and say, I don't respect none of y'all if y'all ain't faithful to my wife. I don't respect none of y'all if y'all ain't married. That's not how you build a network of strong men. That's not how you build a leadership. That you're not a leader if you do stuff like that. But let's keep going. But he was right.
For a man to do. And guys always capping in the comments when I say this, but they're not really living it, because I'm living it. The hardest thing for a man to do is be faithful to one woman.
Now, I'm finna break this down. This man just said the hardest thing for a man to do, because he's living it, is to be faithful to one woman. But he just told y'all it is hard for him to be faithful to his wife. He's doing it, but it's hard to do. You heard it from the camel's mouth, from the horse's mouth, right there. Why would you get your ass on this, on Joe Biden's internet and tell us to put ourselves in a beta male situation? Why are we being faithful to this woman that we signed a legal binding contract, which the contract is trash, by the way? Now we have to do it because you got that paper. You want us to be miserable with you, bro. We not doing that. Hey, I can't believe he did. I can't believe he sat up here and said that, man. This is crazy. That's like me going to prison and saying, you not a man unless you been to prison for a couple years. I ain't trying to be your friend. I ain't got no respect for you as a man unless you come to prison. Yeah, it's hard being in prison, but you gotta do it. No, you signed up for that, stupid. You signed up for that. We didn't tell you to do that. Every man I know, mostly every man I know who married, say, bruh, don't get married right away. Stay single as long as you can. Make sure you got everything figured out to the T so it won't be that hard. They tell me that. It's going to be hard. It's rewarding. It's going to be good times, but make sure you got everything figured out to the T. That means your purpose, your businesses, your motivations for life. You have to have all that figured out. Because once you get a wife, it ain't just a wife. You got to bring kids into this world. You got to be a father. I think one of the greatest things you could be is a father. Husband, easy. Father, tough. Father, tough. Especially you got little girls. That's even tougher. That's even tougher. I'm not just talking about little girls and when they get in teenage. I'm just talking about just giving them the attention and the right guidance they need. That could be tough. That's the tough part. But guess what? The primary function of a man will always be to what? Procreate himself. Copy his DNA. That's the primary function of human beings. If you ever meet a woman who says she don't want kids, she probably can't have them. If you ever meet a woman that can have kids but don't want kids and got no kids, she lying to you. She'll give you a kid. If she love you enough, she gonna want to give you a kid, because that's the first thing they want to do. When a woman really loves and admires a man, boom, have my baby. They ready to have the baby. We don't really say that, because when we see a woman and admire a woman and look upon a woman, our reaction is to get turned on and aroused. So our physical body says it's time to procreate. This woman smells good. She looks good. She might be ovulating and she's giving off a certain pheromone that turns you on. Who knows? Well, it ain't who knows. It's scientifically proven, but still, our bodies react, but our mind and our logic doesn't react, especially in today's world, because we see so many women as soon as we turn on our phone. So it's a lot of stuff going on. So I just want you guys to understand that.
What I mean by being faithful is not just about not having sex, but I also mean by cultivating her heart and mind, by speaking life into her.
more. He's just adding icing. Nah, it was all about sex, dog. You're just adding more. You're adding more icing to the cake. That's all you're doing. Cultivating her heart and mind and speaking life into it. What does that look like? I hate when they do this and they don't give examples. You just start word gymnastics. I don't like it. I'm going to start a GoFundMe to get these word gymnastics Negroes off this off the podcast spaces. I'm tired of it. No, give us an example. What are you talking about? Give me a specific example how I'm supposed to speak life into a woman, cultivate her mind. These guys,
understanding that his greatest strength is his gentleness. By not talking down to her, by not dictating and controlling and trying to silence her and make her, what men are looking for today are robots.
So what's good, homies?
That's it. Now we're looking for robots because we want her silent. You know, sometimes women say stuff they don't know about or they don't talk. It just depends on the woman, bro. Like, what are we doing here? But I did want to just say, man, appreciate you guys for listening. Tony Gaskins, don't like the guy. He sounds like a real player, but the worst type of player. He likes attention from women. He clearly likes attention from women. If y'all don't know that little snippet, he likes attention from women, and the way he gets it is by bashing men. That is the number one thing. He's a Mac. He a player, but he a dirty Mac. He a dirty player right there. That's a dirty Mac right there, boy. I know a dirty Mac when I see a dirty Mac. Boy, you can't tell me he done backdoored and threw dirt on people's name. He probably done messed up a couple dudes' relationships already. Shoot, man. Well, brothers, I just want you guys to be the most alpha version of yourself. Anytime you hear a man in your alpha journey, you come across a man who talks like this, stay far away from him. That's all you got to do. Hey, me and you on two different levels, two different planes. Stay away from my wife. Yeah, we want you to stay away because you're a dirty Mac. I did not know. It ain't hit me why men ain't want him around their wife and their girlfriends because you're a dirty Macker, bro. Like, you're dirty, man. You're a hater. You messing up household. You're a male Jezebel. That's one of the worst things you could be is a male Jezebel. A Jezebel, but the man version. You are the worst. But anyway, man, like I say, this is not tea. It's protein. I got a couple surprises coming soon. I'm going to have some content to upload on Alphacology 1K Instagram, Alphacology 1K Twitter. They're coming real soon. So I would love for you guys to tag along, man. If you guys got any questions or you want any advice, man, hit me up. Consultation's still going. Real low, man. Just, I could give you an hour of my time. Consultation special, $45, man. That's it. I'm not going to play around with you and charge you $200-$300. Like, hey, and I've been doing this for years. I'm over 150 podcast episodes, over 200 podcasts. I got the receipts to prove that the advice I give is legit. Now, with that being said, y'all already know this not tea, it's protein. Peace out.